grew up going to church almost every Sunday, and over time you could see that some people come, some people go from the church, and years later you would hear from them and hear that the reason why they no longer attend church is because something that someone in the church has done to them. More often than not, the case is that it's not that they don't no longer believe, but it's that a fellow believer hurt them and that turned them off from the church, from attending church. There is a revival happening in America because of the clear evidence of evil points to evidence of God. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to see people coming to know Christ. And it's really important to remember that the only way that this slows down, the only way that we stop the Holy Spirit from moving, the only way to stop people from coming to know Christ is if we as Christians, we as members of the church, push them away. And I want to encourage you in Ephesians here. I want to read a passage. Paul talks about how we as members of the church should conduct ourselves. And this is Ephesians 4. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. For there is one body and one Spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future. There is one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all, in all, and living through all. And man, it's so important to remember that we're called to love each other. We're called to be peacemakers, and everything that we should do should point towards God. You know, that God is the answer, God is the solution, and our actions should bring God glory. So, I just want to encourage you. I've seen that so much growing up, people turning away from the church because of other church members. Let's love each other. Let's be of good spirit and in good faith. Just because someone slights you, does something to you, doesn't mean that it was intentionally malicious or negative. And let's seek Christ every day in our own lives, that he may pour into us, and that we may, out of an abundance that he's given us, may pour out to others. Thank you. God bless you.